I remember the day clearly. Not because anything dramatic happened, but because nothing did. No meeting. No announcement. No confrontation. I showed up like I always had. Same time. Same routine. But the room had already moved on. Decisions had been made without me. Conversations continued as if I weren't there. People were polite. Friendly, even. They smiled. They nodded. But no one asked what I thought. That's when I realized I wasn't needed anymore. Not rejected. Not pushed out. Just quietly excluded. I didn't feel angry. I felt empty. Like a tool still hanging on the wall. After the job was finished. Work had been my life. Not just something I did, but something I was. It gave my days shape. Wake up. Get dressed. Be somewhere that mattered. People relied on me. Problems came to my desk. And left with answers. I carried responsibility. And responsibility carried me. There was pride in that. Not loud pride. Quiet pride. The kind that comes from being useful. From knowing that if you didn't show up, something would be missing. I didn't count the hours I gave. I didn't question the sacrifices. Work justified everything. Long days. Missed moments. Delayed rest. It all made sense because I mattered somewhere. Then slowly, that sense faded. New faces appeared. Younger. Faster. They didn't disrespect me. They just didn't need me. They typed quicker. Adapted faster. They spoke a language the future preferred. And I watched myself become optional. Tasks were reassigned. Input became optional. Experience was acknowledged, but not consulted. I was thanked. That part hurt more than being ignored. Because thanks sound like endings. When retirement came, It was framed as freedom. You've earned it. Time to enjoy life. And I smiled. Because that's what you do. But the first morning after, I woke up with nowhere to go. No reason to rush. No one waiting for me. The day stretched wide and quiet. Too quiet. I tried filling the hours. Small errands. Television. Walking aimlessly. But without structure, time loses meaning. Even at home, I felt unnecessary. Everyone had their roles, their schedules, their momentum. Mine had expired. That's when the question started. If I'm not useful, who am I? If my value came from what I did, what happens now? Did I trade my life for a role that ended without me? I felt shame. Not because I failed, but because I didn't know how to stop being what I was. I felt jealousy, too. Watching younger people step into places I once occupied. Not envy of their success, but grief for my relevance. I felt confused. Because I did everything right. I worked hard. I stayed loyal. And still, the world moved on without me. This isn't cruelty. It's reality. A world that values speed over depth, efficiency over memory, knowledge that updates itself every year over wisdom that took decades to earn. I don't resent it. I observe it. Because resentment doesn't change anything. But understanding, that takes time. I'm learning that work gave me identity, but it was never meant to be my only one. Still, knowing that doesn't fill the quiet. There's a particular loneliness that comes from being replaced without being wrong. No mistake to correct. No apology to receive. Just a chapter that closed because time said so. Now, I sit with myself more. Listen to thoughts I used to drown in work. Some days are peaceful. Others feel unbearably quiet. If you're listening to this and recognize yourself, I won't tell you what comes next. I don't have answers. I only have a question. If work gave us meaning, what gives meaning when the work is gone? And who are we when usefulness is no longer required? That's where I am. Still listening. Still wondering. Trying to learn how to exist without being needed.